And shouldn't God be feared? I'm scared of God. It's the only thing I fear. I fear God. They can put me in jail. I know I'm telling the truth. God's on my side. I fear God. So God should be feared.
Andrew Tate, a name that has stirred controversy and ignited discussions across the globe. Once merely dismissed as a figure of the manosphere, his recent conversion to Islam and subsequent legal issues in Romania have placed him at the center of a complex narrative. Today we will explore why many Muslims are against Andrew Tate and the profound impact his ideology has on young Muslim men, including the perspectives of notable Islamic scholars like Mufti Menk. Andrew Tate rose to prominence within the online manosphere, a subculture characterized by its promotion of traditional masculinity, often coupled with misogynistic ideologies. He is known for his aggressive and often demeaning rhetoric towards women, claiming that success in life is equated with wealth, power, and sexual conquest. Tate has built a significant following by sharing controversial statements that frequently justify abusive behavior towards women. His outspoken nature and self-proclaimed lifestyle of luxury, complete with sports cars, private jets, and lavish parties, have contributed to his image as a success guru for young men seeking validation in a highly competitive world. As of 2023, Tate has amassed millions of followers across various social media platforms, significantly increasing his reach during the COVID-19 pandemic. His content often goes viral, leading to widespread discussions about masculinity, gender roles, and societal norms. However, the messages he promotes can be harmful, particularly to impressionable young audiences. In 2022, Tate made headlines not just for his controversial lifestyle, but also for announcing his conversion to Islam. This shift was particularly surprising, given his previous statements that often contradicted Islamic teachings. Following his conversion, Tate was arrested in Romania on serious charges of rape and human trafficking. Authorities allege that he and his brother formed an organized crime group that exploited women by coercing them into creating adult content for online platforms. The investigation into his activities raised significant concerns about the legality and ethics of his business practices.
You are okay?
Free man, built differently.
Yes?
Built differently, of course. Better than okay. This is a setup. It's absolutely disgusting. Fair play to that judge who saw through the and let us free. Hey, I'm not a human trafficker, clearly. If you human traffic someone, there is evidence. This is a setup, it's a stitch up. The 3 prosecutors at D-Call in my house, I said, why are you here? There's no case. They said, there's a case if we make one. This is a setup. All of it is.
Despite these serious allegations, Tate's supporters quickly rallied to his defense. They cast doubt on the legitimacy of the charges, often attributing them to a so-called matrix aimed at silencing him, a term he uses to describe what he perceives as an oppressive system that seeks to control and restrict individual freedom. Many Muslims express skepticism about Tate's conversion to Islam, questioning the sincerity of his faith. Critics point to his past behavior, which includes boasting about a lifestyle that contradicts Islamic values, such as promoting promiscuity and the exploitation of women. This has led some to believe that his embrace of Islam is more of a strategic move rather than a genuine spiritual transformation. Furthermore, Tate's inflammatory remarks about women and relationships prior to his conversion have raised red flags. Some Muslims argue that his conversion seems opportunistic, given the timing with his legal troubles and the potential for gaining sympathy from a community that values forgiveness and acceptance. Critics argue that true repentance and understanding of Islam would require a significant change in one's behavior, which they believe Tate has not demonstrated. Mufti Menk, a prominent Islamic scholar from Zimbabwe, has addressed the situation surrounding Andrew Tate. In various public statements, he emphasized the importance of welcoming new converts to Islam, regardless of their past behaviors.
You know, I'll be honest with you, as much as it might sound very strange, but I didn't really know who Andrew Tate was. Obviously, I'm busy in my field and so on. But then when the hype came, I obviously found out, and I checked him out, and I was very happy at the Shahada. Obviously, who wouldn't be? I mean, we're Muslimin and we're all excited, and
We wish for everyone to be Muslim.
I mean, yeah,
human being.
exactly. And mashallah, he seems like a very sincere brother, and he says what he feels. That means the hypocrisy factor doesn't seem to be there at all. In fact, it probably isn't, because he says it as he thinks.
As he deems.
Yeah, that's how it comes across, alhamdulillah. So it's a good thing. And what I believe Islam would do for a brother like that is amazing. It would streamline his ideas, and actually, between misogynism and feminism, those are the terminologies that people use today. We have a beautiful Islam. The Prophet ﷺ's approach, because I know I faced some of my friends, some scholars as well, and some regular Muslims who sometimes have told me certain things. No, Sheikh, you're too soft, and no, Sheikh, you're this and that. And I tell you, it's not that. Islam is a balance. There are times when the Prophet ﷺ was extremely lenient and very forgiving. There were times when he spoiled his family members. There is a balance. It's happened to me where people say, oh, you said this and you said that, but we're calling towards a balance. A man needs to know, and a woman, when to be lenient, when to be a little bit harder, when to be a bit harsh, when to forgive, when to hold things, and so on. So it's a beautiful balance. So I believe that's what Islam would do to anyone who's genuine in learning. It would create a balance. It's not all about being, so I'm the king, I'm the boss, and that's me. I mean, no one would like you in that case, because why? It's not the case.
Mufti Menk has publicly stated that Islam is a religion of mercy and compassion, encouraging Muslims to guide new converts towards understanding and practicing their faith. Menk has acknowledged the controversial nature of Tate's past, but maintains that every new Muslim deserves support as they navigate their faith journey. He has urged the Muslim community to focus on encouraging positive change in individuals rather than resorting to condemnation. This perspective stems from Islamic teachings that prioritize mercy and guidance over judgment. In his speeches, Mufti Menk often reiterates that Islam encourages its followers to embody the principles of kindness, respect, and humility. He has emphasized that real change comes from within, and that the Muslim community should offer support to those striving to improve themselves. Despite being entrenched in the manosphere for years, it was only recently that Tate went viral. His online course, Hustler University, claims to teach students how to achieve wealth and success. Subscribers are encouraged to promote his most provocative statements, which often include justifications for abusive behavior towards women. This strategy has led to his content proliferating across platforms like TikTok, where short clips of his inflammatory remarks have garnered millions of views. Notably, his conversion to Islam has attracted admiration among some young Muslim men who seem to overlook his problematic past and behavior in favor of his newfound religious identity. Research indicates that some young Muslims view Tate as a figure of empowerment, despite the contradictions in his life and teachings. Anecdotal evidence suggests that his rhetoric resonates with those who feel disenfranchised or disconnected from traditional values. The impact of Tate's ideology on young Muslims is concerning. An Islamic studies teacher in Canada reported a shocking encounter with a student who argued that women belonged in the kitchen, a belief directly inspired by Tate. This reflects a broader trend where his ideas resonate with young men feeling disenfranchised in a rapidly changing world. Many of Tate's followers rationalize his past actions, arguing that as a new Muslim, he will learn in time. However, this defense raises questions about the standards applied to new converts and highlights a troubling acceptance of behaviors that contradict Islamic teachings. Educators have noted an increase in discussions around gender roles that echo Tate's rhetoric. This indicates a shift in some young Muslims' perceptions of masculinity and femininity, leading to a potential normalization of misogynistic attitudes. Defending Tate's behavior as a recent convert reflects a profound cognitive dissonance. While many condemn other Muslims for perceived indiscretions, Tate's supporters remain silent on his unabashed hedonism and exploitation of women. This inconsistency suggests a troubling acceptance of toxic masculinity and a dismissal of traditional Islamic values. Many preachers emphasize the importance of modesty, respect for women, and ethical behavior. Yet some overlook Tate's lifestyle choices that starkly contrast these principles. Islamic teachings emphasize the importance of respect, dignity, and equality for all individuals, regardless of gender. The Quran explicitly states that men and women are equal in the eyes of God, with specific rights and responsibilities. The acceptance of Tate's views by some in the Muslim community raises concerns about the potential erosion of these fundamental values. The intersectionality of Tate's ideology with far-right extremism has forged an unlikely alliance. From anti-feminist sentiments to the rejection of LGBTQ+ rights, Tate's voice resonates with those who feel marginalized in the modern liberal order. Notably, figures like Matt Walsh and Candace Owens have gained traction among conservative Muslims, despite their histories of Islamophobia. This highlights a shift where some Muslim communities are aligning with ideologies that historically opposed their values. Research indicates that the rise of far-right movements has created an environment where traditional conservative values are being redefined. This has led to a convergence of ideologies that were previously at odds, creating a new narrative that appeals to both far-right extremists and some conservative Muslims. Mufti Menk's teachings stress the importance of guidance and compassion within the Muslim community. He advocates for understanding the complexities of individuals' journeys, particularly for those who have recently converted. His stance encourages Muslims to engage with new converts constructively, helping them to align their actions with the values of Islam, rather than hastily judging them based on their past. Menk emphasizes that the role of the community is to help individuals grow in their faith and understanding of Islam. He advocates for mentorship and support rather than condemnation, recognizing that every individual is on a unique spiritual journey. The support for Tate among some Muslim circles raises questions about the moral compass guiding these young men. Many preachers, while welcoming Tate's conversion, have failed to address the serious allegations against him or the implications of his past behavior. This lack of scrutiny can create a dangerous precedent where young Muslims might feel justified in engaging with harmful ideologies. Community leaders have expressed concern that the normalization of Tate's views can lead to a generation that embraces misogyny under the guise of traditionalism, undermining the principles of equality and respect that are central to Islam. The challenge lies in fostering an environment where critical thinking prevails, allowing individuals to discern between harmful rhetoric and genuine Islamic teachings. Andrew Tate's controversial presence in the lives of young Muslims is a reflection of broader societal shifts. As traditional values grapple with modern influences, the consequences of embracing figures like Tate could shape the future of Muslim youth in ways we are only beginning to understand. While Mufti Menk's message of compassion and guidance offers a pathway for new converts, it is essential for the community to maintain a critical perspective on harmful ideologies. By fostering an environment that upholds the true teachings of Islam, compassion, respect, and integrity, we can guide our youth towards a more positive future. Thank you for watching. Join our community by pressing on the subscribe button. We welcome you. Let us know what you think of Andrew Tate, his journey in the comments. Until next time.